think it's important to understand where your consumer is at. It's just going to be challenging if you know that you are creating for a community that's on, say, Instagram, that's going to be a social activation campaign. You're developing a 16:9 anthem film. How is that content going to resonate? We don't know. How that content is going to perform as well, maybe not. Only because it's not created for how the audience is consuming content on that surface. So I think that's really important to know. And on the topic of optimization, it's also like a creative journey, sophistication like we like to think about. You know, we're not expecting everybody to go from point A to point 10, from starting with feed to go straight into like creating bespoke for stories first. But there should be a journey as we think about, you know, building and learning and evolving and leveraging up our creativity at every step of the way. You know, start with optimization, going vertical first. And then if you see performance, if you see sort of like value, higher engagement or better performance for your business objectives, then that's where you can then start investing like, what more can I do to elevate my storytelling capabilities, to increase my creativity and brand value and affinity through creating bespoke stories first execution. So there's a lot of like question about optimize versus stories. And I think perhaps we should actually address what we mean by optimize versus stories first. What do you mean by optimize? What do you mean by stories first? And optimize to some seem like a dirty word. It's not the most creative, which is not wrong, but then there's also creativity involved in making sure that you optimize to tell a story in a certain aspect ratio, in a certain duration that still deliver the key message. So I'm going to jump in here and say, when we say optimize, it is essentially a feed asset that's been reframed vertical with no adjustments made to complement a story's environment. So it is a linear storytelling video. Everything that we've been optimizing for feed, a 15-second, that's just made vertical, right? So it is a vertical, it is a feed video, but just made vertical. That's what we mean by optimization for stories. But when it comes to stories first, it is bespoke. It is ideas reimagined, ideas created specifically for stories first, taken into consideration native experiences, the environment, the design, creative tools. And then this also includes a lot of the bespoke and specific stories ad formats like polling and carousels. Because essentially, polling ads and carousel ads are consumer experiences that were built for stories, native experiences built for stories that we've seen like high take-up rate and also usage from businesses, which is why we introduced them in an ad format as well. And they are truly unique to stories that you don't see available in other ad formats within the family or externally in the industry. So I think that's the difference between optimize and first.